Be right back.
Welcome, I'm Royalty Rogue, and that's all you need to know. Lately, while I'm sitting in queue like usual, a lot of ideas go through my head, assuming it's not a dodgeball.
It's all time.
I decided to make a video of my opinion on the best special balls the game has to offer. I'm going to be ranking all of them based on three main things: strengths, weaknesses, and if they're fun to play with. Also, I recently started playing 3v3's ranked, and I'm currently Silver 1, I believe, so you can catch my climb at twitch.tv/royaltyrogue, shameless plug. I might stream on YouTube, I'm not 100% sure yet, I've been experimenting with it still, so I'd love for you to come by at Able. With that out of the way, let's get started rating some balls.
Phrasing?
Alright, so I'm going to start off with the worst ball in my opinion, and I'll be working my way up from there. So the absolute worst ball in the game for me is the sniper ball by a long shot. Saw what I did there? No? Okay, I'll move on. I rated this as the lowest for a number of reasons. The biggest one being it's so one-dimensional. You can only charge it at one person, and the charge up itself resets whenever you switch targets. If you don't fully throw it charged, you will get a slow throw every time. This is literally slower than an uncharged ball. It's easily dodgeable despite it having the fastest throw speed in the game. It's comparable to a tier 5 or a tier 6, at least in my honest opinion. Although, I will admittedly say, it's pretty good for pressure, but that's only true on certain maps a lot of the time. It has that one good strength, but even then it's conditional, and it has strong weaknesses on top of that. The ball beats and shows line of sight to whoever it's aiming at. Most of the time it's difficult to get any value off of it because it's the only special ball you can't curve or lob. The best chance for me to get a hit with it is from when my opponent's not paying attention, which is rare, or I have to be at point blank range and bait out a catch. Since this isn't Modern Warfare 2 or the year 2009, I shouldn't have to get close to get consistency out of a sniper ball that's supposed to be meant for long range. Also, when you walk behind any wall, it will just hit the wall anyway because it goes in a straight line. It has the same problem as McCree's Deadeye. If you're familiar with Overwatch, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Honestly, the sniper ball feels more of a hindrance than an actually enjoyable ball to use, so that's why I'm ranking it at the bottom of the list. Alright, now this next ball definitely does have some usefulness, I will admit that. It's not terrible by any means. It's fun to mess around with, and honestly it's just a cool concept, but doesn't provide that much compared to the other balls. I'm referring to the Moonball here. Don't get me wrong, I like the Moonball. Personally, when I was making this video, I actually ranked it higher originally. But after going through my notes, I realized it pales in comparison to what the other balls offer. It's definitely not terrible by any means, as I mentioned. It gives you the ability to jump higher, maintain high arcs on your opponent to make it harder for them to hit you, and on top of that, due to this, it's harder for them to catch it. You can use it to traverse the map well, and it sends your opponent flying when you hit them with it. It gives you a crazy amount of space to work with, and it puts more pressure on the victim who gets hit by it. I put it on the lower list because of the drawback. When you hit someone with it, it goes straight up like normal, but it comes down slower and goes up higher, so it spends a lot of the time in the air when you use it. It's near impossible to try to get a quick follow-up hit, and you stand there for like 5 or so seconds until you're actually able to reach it. I mentioned you jump higher when you have it, but there's also a catch with this one too. Saw what I did there? No? Okay, I'll stop. Whenever you jump over small ledges or into a room, etc., it becomes a hindrance. Trust me, I'm not saying the Moonball is bad by any means, with the exception of the sniper ball, but I think all of them are great. I just put the Moonball lower on this list because of what it offers compared to the other ones. Alright, now, I'm not gonna lie, these next few entries definitely were tough for me because we're starting to get into the very debatable territory. So here it goes. I decided to put the Bombball in this spot. This is a tough decision for me, but after some heavy thinking, I decided to put it here. Its strengths are really good. You don't need to hit someone with it in order for it to detonate. You can still get damage with it if it's caught when done correctly, and it's only one of 2 special balls that can do AoE damage, which is why I put it above the Moonball. It's no slouch, but the penalties of the Bombball were the deciding factor for me putting it here. Once you pick it up, the timer starts. So if there is nobody around you, you have to get rid of it and essentially waste it, which can happen often. If you're in a duel with it and you do damage and you manage to get a hit, you have to wait for another one to spawn. It can hurt yourself and your teammates if you're too close, so it's pretty dangerous at close range, especially in a team fight. Due to this, it's commonly thrown at mid to long range, making it easier to catch. Sometimes it turns into a hot potato, which is funny when it happens. Although you don't need to target someone to be effective with it, you can use some surprise throws to catch your opponent off guard. The mere fact alone you can get away without targeting someone to get damage from the Bombball is why I ranked it here, but it can still be disastrous for you and your team if you're not careful with it. It's a balanced ball in my opinion, pretty good, but it has a fair amount of drawbacks to it as well. Alright, for this next one I'm going from throwing bombs to drinking some sugar water because I'm putting the Sodaball in this slot. I put the Sodaball in the middle for some of the similar reasons to the Bombball, but I think the Sodaball is slightly different for a few reasons. For starters, until you pass or charge the ball for a throw, the timer doesn't start, which gives you so much more control over when it's used. It explodes, does AoE damage, and can affect yourself along with your teammates, just like the Bombball counterpart, but it's slightly different. The Sodaball itself has a fixed timer and does not go off until then. This means no matter how many times you hit someone, it will not explode, so you can do damage and have it explode right after, which adds so much more value to it in my opinion. Another reason I put it over the Bombball is the explosion effect afterward. The explosion itself doesn't do damage, but it floods their screen with like very icky stuff. I think the devs are playing a little too much Mario Kart. So it's strenuous to see for a few seconds. It opens up plays and allows follow through and tackles to be much easier. And honestly, it's pretty funny just to watch people just spam dive, just try to get away when they can't see anything. It's hilarious. The Bombball and the Sodaball do behave in a similar fashion, but I believe the Sodaball brings slightly more to the table while still being balanced, which is why I put it above the Bombball. Whew. Okay, there are 2 balls left, so this has been tough to think through, so thank you if you made it this far. After all of my experiences and what it offers, I would put the Multiball in this coveted position. The biggest reason for this is because it is really good at spreading the love and putting on pressure. No matter what game mode it is, it's being able to throw multiple balls one after another is pretty strong. It's the only ball that can do that, and you can pass the other 2 to your teammates for quick and easy tier 1 purple throws. Also, since you can pick the ball back up if you get it in time, which makes it reusable, it's insanely good for teams and 1v1. The only drawback to it is I feel like it's mostly a supportive type ball. You can't get a purple ball if you're the one to pick it up, even if you self pass it. If you throw one of them and it gets thrown back at you and you catch it, you'll only have 1 purple and then you will drop the other 2, which is unfortunate, and it disappears on a timer when it lands or hits someone. If it's picked up, or even if it's not picked up, the utility of the Multiball and how you can spread your influence all over the map makes it without a doubt one of the best special balls in Knockout City. Now we have finally arrived, the moment you all have been waiting for. This is my personal favorite, and I do believe it's deserving of the #1 spot. I will proudly say that the Cage Ball is the best special ball in the game. It's the only ball that can guarantee a KO when it's landed, assuming throw off the map. It has the longest lasting crowd control, forcing the victim in ball form with limited movement. Even if it's against their own teammates, it's considered a character throw, so it's an automatic KO if you hit someone while they are in the cage. Its weakness is that it can be contested. By that I mean when the cage ball lands, there's a scramble to secure the KO. However, there is an option to just hit them with another ball because they can't catch or dodge anyway, so it's a guaranteed hit. Or if you want to be cheeky about it, you can throw a cage ball at someone who got hit already to reset the timer. It's not all over because your team can still save you if they are close enough, but that comes down to the players and not the ball itself. The cage ball is by far the most fun ball to use, and the strengths for it outclasses weaknesses, so that is why I will say with absolute confidence that the cage ball is the best special ball in Knockout City. Phew, and we're finally done. Man, after actually analyzing and comparing all of these took me longer than I thought. I'm sure there are plenty of you out there that would disagree or even agree with me, but do me a favor and let me know in the comments below. I'll also be linking my stream, so make sure to follow that. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, all of that good stuff. But until next time, thanks for your click, and I shall return another day.